to the topic. So today's topic is phonetics. Today's topic is phonetics. So in this class, I'm going to give you a basic introduction. I'm going to share the file now. So I'm going to give you a basic introduction. I'll introduce you a few terms which to learn phonetics in depth. But before learning those sounds, speech sense, I knew that introduction is already given, but this is more extra beneficial information for you all to learn the letters, sounds, and words in depth. Yes, I'm going to start now. So we shall try to know the definition of phonetics, its uses, and its re, uh, implications and connections. So, well, today's topic is phonetics. So, what is phonetics? Phone, which means sounds. So, we are going to learn about speech sounds. So, phonetics is the scientific study of the physical sounds of human speech. Yes. So humans make sounds, right? So those sounds are how words are created and meanings are given to those words. That's how language has built. So that is a study of science of learning speech sounds. Why this phonetics is important? Why it has given that much importance in language? We shall see now. So it helps in correct pronunciation. So whatever the word that you utter, it must be in a proper pronunciation. Got it? So it helps in correct pronunciation. The next one. Useful in learning languages. So when you learn languages, it's helpful uh, to utter the words in a proper pronunciation. So, these phonetics are helpful and useful in learning different languages, especially English. As we are talking about English phonetics, it helps you to build British accent or American accent. That's how, if you have a goal to move to abroad, you can learn such accents. Next slide. Helps in speech therapy. So, if you see few kids, there would be a problem to utter or pronounce properly. These kind of learning speech sounds also helps in building a proper language with appropriate pronunciation. This is speech therapy, helps in speech therapy. Next slide. Yes, it helps in speech therapy as well. It is important in linguistics. So these phonetics are which are phonetics is about speech sounds. So these sounds helps in linguistics, language teaching, and forensics. So for you, this linguistics might be a new word, and this forensics would also be a new word. So we shall try to learn about it detailedly. Yes. So when you are talking about phonetic speech sounds, it's not only the sounds of the letters that you pronounce, but you should also learn detailedly about the terms and vocabulary which we use related to this topic, ma. So what is linguistics? Linguistics is the scientific study of language. So it is a study of language. It helps us understand how languages work. So, our mother tongue, our languages, few words are borrowed from Sanskrit, right? Not it is not originated. Kannada is not originated from Sanskrit, but few words are grabbed from Sanskrit. And also English. Likewise, English also, most of the words are borrowed from Latin and Greek. Okay, so taking or borrowing the words from other language and using it in our own language, this is how the language works. Sometimes we produce our own words and or else borrow from other languages and use it in our language. How they are structured, how they are used, and how they change over. So this is all about linguistics and main areas of linguistics. If you see main areas, First slide. In the next slide, phonetics. No, as I told you already, phonetics is simply a study of speech sounds. Remember this. Next one. Next slide. Phonology. What is this logy? Logy means study of. Phonology means what? Study of sound patterns in a language. So in language we have many words. In those words have to pronounce those sound patterns and all that we will learn. That is called phonology. Study of speech sounds is phonetics. Study of sound patterns. So when we call PP patterns in a language, that is called phonology. Okay, ma. Next one, phonology, which means study of sound patterns in a language. So next term we will see what it is about. Yes, click on it. The next slide. Morphology, which means study of word structure. So morphology means study of word structure, how these words work in the language. The study of it is called morphology. Remember, study of speech sounds is phonetics. Okay, study of sound patterns is uh yes, phonology. And now study of word structure is morphology. Okay, morphology, which means word structure. Next one. So syntax. Now we are talking about syntax. Now, how you frame a sentence? You gather the words, put together grammatically, and you give a proper meaning to that sentence. A complete meaning or incomplete meaning, you put it together to form a sentence, right? So that is called syntax. That is called syntax. In English, grammatically, we will learn how to frame a sentence. What are the rules of it? We will learn. Okay. And for now, we'll see the fifth one, one more category that is called semantics. Semantics, study of meaning in language. So, what is the proper meaning of the language? How we have to frame the words beautifully with a figurative language or imaginative language? The study of meaning in language is called semantics. Semantics. The next one. So in future, if you want to do take languages as in your PhD, this is a separate specialization, phonetics and its languages. All these terms are useful for you for the future if you want to go through this course. So sociolinguistics, which means study of how language is used in society. Study of how language is used in the society. See, there would be the difference between the language which is on the textbooks to the society. In society, which language you use. There would be a slight difference. And what kind of language are you using? Formal. With whom you use formal? With your teachers, higher authorities. You use formal language to write a mail, but where you use informal language in family and with friends and society, you use another language which is very no semi-formal or formal wherever you're comfort with. Use proper decent language, right? So study of how languages is used in the society. For example, a politician uses different kinds of terms when he is giving a speech. A cinema actor gives a different kind of speech. He speaks about cinema or film. Okay, so different medium of people speak differently with their own terminology in the society related to the particular topic or field which we are doing. That is called study of their societal languages. So that's called social linguistics. An example, proper example, why people from different regions speak the same language differently, like different English accents or Kannada dialects, whatever. So, Telugu dialects or Kannada dialects, Malayalam dialects, all the south or north dialects. So, from the language differs from one locality to the another locality, right? And also the words, even the Kannada state also, few speak few different words and others speaks another different words. When you come to know about the different area, what kind of word it is, so I'm new to this word. So how, why this different region speaks different languages, that you will understand the different accents or dialects. Likewise with in English ma. So South American speaks, they have different slang. North Americans have their own slangs. Where if you go to South Africa, they have their own dialects or accents. And we being Indians, we have our own Indian standard English, Indian dialect. Okay, so the next one, what is forensics? Now this is entire different topic, forensics. But how this forensics is connected to phonetics and the beauty of language, we will understand now. Forensics. So you might have heard this word forensics. It might be familiar or non-familiar. We will discuss about this detailedly. Forensics means applying science to solve crimes. Now you may question me, ma'am, why crimes has come in English language phonetics? There is a connection, a small connection. We will try to learn about it detailedly. So forensic science uses various scientific methods to investigate crimes. So in the whole world there happen many crimes happen. So how police people or CID officers solve it, even soldiers, how do they solve it using this language or phonetics or speech sounds? That's a question mark now, right? So this science, they have various scientific methods to investigate and solve the crime issues. So one of this is, using language to solve. How the speech sounds and phonetics helpful, ma'am? You may ask me now. We shall know about it detailedly. The next slide. The next slide. So, types of forensics. First, to know about that, we shall learn types of forensics in it. How do they use? What kind of clues or hints do they get to solve this to solve the crime and find the solution? We shall know the first one. Forensic linguistics. Linguistics, as I've told you earlier, that is about the study of languages. Now, forensic linguistics, which means study of language to solve crimes. So, analyzing threatening letters or fake calls. For example, a simple example is they may get fake calls or letters. So, in that letters, which kind of words they have used? From which region might those words have originated? So that easily the kind of language which they use, you can easily analyze the person who has written this call or made a call is from certain region. So it would be easy for them to solve or investigate the crime. So first basic thing is when they phone, for example, they made a fake call. So what kind of words are they using? What kind of accent or dialect? What is that? So they will another come to a conclusion. Even the letters also, what kind of words is that? And this left hand writing is also differs with the right hand writing. The writing varies. That from that also they can analyze which handwriting they have used, which hand they have used to write. They have their own analysis. So the next one is forensic DNA analysis. This is not much more connected to this phonetics, studying blood or hair. We'll go to the next topic. So we'll detailedly focus on the topics or areas which is related much more to this phonetics topic. Fingerprint analysis is also a type of forensics, but this is not much related, but just for the basic information that I have given you. So the next one, just for an idea, I've given you detailedly this digital forensics also. If we talk about studying mobile or email and computer data, so even on a mobile WhatsApp or they send texts or messages, what kind of codes, or decoding the language, what does that says, what clue or hint that can be given, or email or computer data. So these digital forensics is beneficial, or linguistic forensics is helpful. This is the topic that is related to phonetics much more. Next one. So I've given you example here. If someone if someone sends a threatening message, a forensic linguistic, so there is also a profession called forensic linguistic, like he can study the language, especially the writing style or maybe the grammar that he has used, or the person who wrote it can also be analyzed by just the words they spoke, or how beautifully they frame, or what kind of hints or that they give on the letters or fake calls. That is called forensic linguistic. So next one, if you learn multi languages, that you can be called as multilinguistic, where you know one, two, or three or more languages, multilinguistic. So when you learn languages perfectly with communication skills, you can survive wherever you want with beautiful accents or dialects as per the region. Connection between linguistics and forensics. Now we have come to the point about connection between how this linguistics and forensics. I've already told you basically, but we'll see in the detail. The next slide. Connection we are going to see what kind of connection these both have. Forensic linguistics is a special field where experts use language and speech analysis to help in criminal investigations. It's simple. So during the criminal investigations, the speech or the words using those, the experts resolve they investigate the crime and solve the problem. Next one, this is a forensic the relation between forensic linguistics and phonetics. Key concept. Now we are entering to the topic. Earlier I just gave you the introduction and where these phonetics are used in real life society, and also in the forensics department or crime investigations way. I've given you a basic introduction, that is just general knowledge ma. Real life implications I have given you. Now we'll go to the concept of phonetics. So the first next slide we shall see phonetics means speech sounds. So in English we have how many alphabet we have? 26 letters. Very good. 26 letters. In that we have 21 consonant letters and 5 vowels. What are the 5 vowels? A, E, I, O, U. So those are the letters. But now we are talking about speech sounds. Sounds. For each sound, here a representation or transcription is given. We will detailedly learn about that. But basically, two types of categories are given. First is consonant sounds and vowel sounds. What is that? Consonant sounds and vowel sounds. So most of them get confused when they say vowel sounds, A, E, I, O, U. No, those are the letters. But speech sounds is different. Consonant sounds and vowel sounds. Two major categories. So when we talk about these sounds, pakka you have to know about IPA, which means International Phonetic Alphabet. So what it is? It is a system to represent speech sounds accurately. As I've told you, each sound, a transcription, a representation is given. That's the whole system is called International Phonetic Alphabet. What it is? International Phonetic Alphabet. So next one, for every beautiful sound, a transcription is given even more beautifully. Okay. So in the next slide, if you see that the whole system is called International Phonetic Alphabet. So remember these shortcuts and the terms which I have told you regarding to this topic, ma. So the words bat and pat. If you see, these sounds like rhyming words, right? Bat, pat, ba, pa. So differ only in one sound, that is ba, pa. If you see, Nana, ba, when I'm doing this sound, the ba sound, this ba sound is represented here as B in between two lines. So whenever you are writing a transcript to any sound, it should be kept between two slant lines versus pa. So here you should not pronounce this as B or P. It is pronounced as B, pa, b, pa in phonetics, which are kept here between two slides. So this change is meaningful and is studied in detail. So the only slight difference is the sound. The whole meaning has changed. Okay, and these sounds are represented in the two slides. And you should not pronounce it as B or P when it is kept in two slides. You have to say B, P. And now we speak about how many phonetic sounds are there, how many phonic sounds are there. Phonemes mean short sounds, that 44 phonic sounds. Now we will see further few further categories. These 44 phonic sounds are segregated into two 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds. What are the remaining 20? Overall, how many? 44. Very good. So, 24 consonant sounds and 20 vowel sounds we have. So, when I talk about consonant sounds, first you have to know that they are categorized based on two features. Again, in the consonant sounds, these are categorized based on what? Based on two features. Now we will learn about those few features. We'll learn about those features. So, first I've told you there are 44 phonetic sounds. In that 20 vowel sounds, 24 consonant sounds. Now we are talking about 24 consonant sounds. And in those 24 consonant sounds are all, two features based on the two features they've segregated, divided. Okay, first one is place of articulation. What is this place of articulation? Where the sound is made in the mouth. So in mouth we have what is mouth totally? Lips, teeth, and tongue. And also if you go through it, your vocal cords. We will detailedly see in the pictures. I also displayed the pictures. I'll explain you. But first, place of articulation. Which part you use to make that sound? Based on that, also those sounds are categorized and gave a name, another name. Okay, next one. So manner of articulation. Place of articulation is different, manner of articulation is different. So manner means how sound is made, how air flows. When you speak, air comes out of your mouth, right? So how does it come? How much frequency you are using, how much energy you are taking to produce that sound, that also categorized in another way. So place of articulation, manner of articulation. Remember this. So overall, if I ask you, you must say that there are 24 consonant sounds, and those 24 consonant sounds are categorized into two: place of articulation and manner of articulation. Okay. So now when I talk about by place of articulation, there are seven categories, ma. Very easy and simple. By place of articulation. Next one. So how these seven categories are made? So in this first one, the sounds which you produce, you use only two lips. The next slide, if you see, there are certain sounds. In this class, I'll just introduce only the words, and in the next class, I'm going to show you how we produce by turning on the video, and explain you. The first one is bilabial. Remember these terms. Bilabial, which means bi means two. Labial lips, which means the sounds which are used, the sounds which are produced using only two lips, that is called bilabial. Now just remember, keep these terms in your brain. In the next class, we'll detailedly learn what kind of sounds we can be make using only two lips. Okay, so next one, in the next slide. So now bilabial is done, right? First one is bilabial. Bi means two lips. And then now labiodental lip. Labiodental lip, which means use teeth and produce the sound. What are the sounds that we use teeth to produce? What's that sounds we will see. Okay, next one. First one is bilabial. Next one is labiodental. So here lip plus teeth. You use in labiodental. You use lip and teeth. The first one you use only two lips, right? Here you use lip and teeth. And now dental tongue. Dental tongue. Lip plus teeth. Now here you use tongue and teeth. Then you won't use lips, ma. You use only, ma. What kind of sounds can we produce using tongue and teeth? That is called dental. That we see what sounds we can produce together. I'll turn on the video and practice those sounds as well. I'll give you the transcript sounds also. In yes, in the next slide we will see. In the, these are the basic terms that I'm introducing for this today's class. Okay, next one, alveolar, which means tongue and ridge. If you see the parts are given here, alveolar, you produce the sounds only you using tongue and ridge here. Here, if you see in the part ma, down there, no, the below the teeth, so that area is called ridge. So using that part of the mouth, these are all plays of articulation I'm talking about. That sounds are called alveolar sounds. Alveolar. First one is bilabial and labiodental and dental. Then now it is alveolar, which means use tongue and ridge. So next one. Remember these terms. In the next class again I'm going to speak and show you. Next one. Next slide. So alveolar, which means you use tongue and ridge. And now one more category, which is kept in under the consonants, 24 sounds of 24 sounds. So how post alveolar just behind the ridge. You use only the ridge part to pronounce to utter these sounds. That comes under post alveolar sounds. Okay, bilabial sounds, labiodental sounds, dental sounds, alveolar sounds, and this is post alveolar sounds just behind ridge. The next one. So, yes, this is what the parts we have in the mouth. If you see this figure also, ma, you can see the upper palate, right? Here, point, no, the part is also mentioned here. Tongue, teeth, uh, yes, palate, soft palate and also hard palate. So, um, velar. Now we talk about velar, which means back of tongue and soft palate. If you see on the top of your mouth, there is soft palate, right? When you talk, you keep your tip of the tongue to the soft palate and you produce that sound. We shall say detail. For now, you just remember this word. That's it. For today, you just remember the words and terms. And next one is glottal, which means from vocal cords. Now, where are these vocal cords located in our mouth? Yes, next one. So, uh, from the vocal cords, whatever the sounds that we produce falls under glottal sounds. What is that? Glottal sounds. You may ask me, ma'am, are you teaching English or science? But see, English, these phonetics, if you want to know, you have to detailedly learn about the parts of the mouth as well. That's how we use the vocal cords. Here, I mentioned here, right here, the vocal cords are given. See the parts there. In the neck, uh, Adam's apple, below the Adam's apple, that is called vocal cords. From that vocal cords, we produce sound. Those kinds of sounds falls from the vocal cords, glottis, and yes. So these are all the seven categories which fall under um, place of articulation, ma. Place of articulation. Now, if we see by manner of articulation, six categories are there. How many? Six categories are there. Okay. So, very soon we will speak about the six categories of articulation. As we are running out of the time, we have should also conduct a test. So, next slide, we will see it by manner of articulation, six categories. So, plosives. Plosives. First one is plosives. And second one, so in each class you will learn this category and the sounds. Okay. Fricatives. Next, first one is plosives. Second one is fricatives. Third one is affricates. Third one is affricates. These all comes under manner of articulation. Plosives, fricatives, affricates, and the next one, affricates, nasals, nasals, which means the sounds which comes from nostrils, and then laterals, laterals, okay, laterals, and last one is glides, also known as approximants. So if you are familiar with these words or terms that we use, so it would be easy for you to understand from the next class onwards. Now I will conduct a small test. Very simple and answerable questions only are given. So next slide. So remember, ma, you remember all these terms and how these categories falls under manner of articulation and place of articulation. Then it will be easy for us from the next class onwards. So first category, which bilabial, what are the sounds that we produce from two lips, that we will learn in the next class. Okay, what are the sounds we produce by using tongue, teeth, and lips, that we learn. Okay, first, yes. um the test is, spin it. I'm spinning it. Phonetics is mainly concerned with. So what phonetics is mainly concerned with is that production and presentation of speech sounds or writing styles. So we are, from the beginning of the class, we are talking about only speech sounds. So phonetics means speech sounds. Remember this blindly, okay? Phonetics, which means speech sounds. It's nothing to about writing styles, okay? So next one, IPA stands for. So I've told you a system where, okay, IPA, what is the full form of it? Is that International Phonetics Transcription or International Phonetic Transportation? It's not transportation, right? It's transcription. It means we are giving a transcript to a particular sound, and that we put that one between two slugs, as I've told you in the class. Okay, so international phonetic transcription. So now, how many vowels sounds are there in English? How many vowel sounds? I'm not asking about vowel letters, vowel sounds. So the answer is 20. Very good, the answer is 20. So next one, what? Yes, it's spinning. Let's see. Which part of phonetics deals with how speech sounds produce? Which part of phonetics deals with how sounds are produced? Okay, the answer is articulatory phonetics. It's articulatory phonetics. So, what is the study of speech sounds? It's very clear. The answer is phonetics, right? The answer is phonetics, which is the study of speech sounds, phonetics. The answer is phonetics. So, phonetics is simply nothing but a study of speech sounds. Okay, ma. So, that is the answer. Next one, next one is, yes. Now I'm displaying you the question and answers as well. So, what is the study of speech sounds? It's phonetics. How many vowel sounds are there? 20. And how many, yeah, what part, which part of the phonetics deals with how speech sounds are produced comes under articulatory phonetics. Phonetics is mainly concerned with production and presentation of speech sounds. And what finally, IPA stands for International Phonetics Transcription. That's it. That's it. And yes. So the next test we will conduct in the next class. So today the whole summary is the introduction of words to be familiarized to you, so that from the next class onwards, very detailedly each category wise we will learn how to pronounce each sound, and based on that sound we will also learn words, letters, and finally we'll learn the accent also. Okay, so this is for today's class. I think we have 10 more minutes, right? 9:50. Yes. So one more test I will connect. I'm going to connect one nine.
It's 9:40 only. You can buy.
Yes. I'm connecting one more test. Yes. One more test I'm going to connect. It is very simple questions are given to you. Yes. I'm going to start now. And these names and words, please remember. Okay. So, first one, sounds produced by the back of tongue and soft palate. I showed you a picture, right? I showed you a picture and also showed the part. Now, soft palate, which is also known as velum. So, what that category comes under what? What do we call that? Sounds produced by back of tongue of soft palate? Absolutely. Velum, which means velar sounds only. Those sounds are called velar sounds. So the next class we will talk about these velar sounds, how to produce the sounds and what are the words based on this velar sounds also we'll talk about. Okay. Next one is sounds are called labiodental. So what sounds are called labiodental? Using this sounds are called labiodental. The answer is dental. The answer is dental. Next one is parts are used by bilabial sounds. I told you bilabial, which means bi means two lips. The answer obviously be like upper lip and lower lip. Upper lip and lower lip. Remember bilabial. So here this is a separate category ma. What sounds we produce like pa ba m. So yes, we detailedly learn that and also the words also. Okay, once more I'm telling that bilabial means upper lip and lower lip. But this is one of the categories. And next one is parts are used for alveolar sounds. What parts we use for alveolar sounds? Here in the answer itself, there is a clue or hint. Which one? Tongue tip and alveolar ridge. Just behind upper teeth. As I detailedly show you the picture also with the parts. So it is easy for us to know the answers. Okay. So next last one, it involves the tongue and touch the upper teeth. What it is? Sounds made with the lower lip and upper teeth. Okay, so finally we'll see all these answers are correct or not. If any mistakes have gone, we will see. Submit the answers. So second is one, third, fourth, fifth one is wrong. Why it has wrong? We will see. What's the mistakes have gone? So yes, where we did a mistake here. Sounds are called labiodental. Actually, sounds made with lower lip and upper teeth is called labiodental. This how the wrong mistakes. He wantedly, purposely did a mistake because when you get confused, this sounds which are called labiodental, which is the sounds that pair with lower lip and upper teeth, and dental comes with it involves tongue touching the upper teeth. Shall we play it again now with no mistakes? Yes, we will go ahead again, start again. So remember sounds that which, yes, it involves the tongue touching the upper lip. Which one? The tongue touching the upper lip. The answer is that upper teeth, sorry, upper teeth, dental. It involves the tongue touching the upper teeth, dental. And sounds are called labiodental. So what would be the answer? Sounds are called labiodental. Tongue tip and all sounds made with lower lip and upper teeth. And next one, sounds produced by the back of tongue and soft palate. So soft palate, as I told you already, known as velum, which means velar sounds. Velar sounds. And next one, parts are used in bilabial sounds. Bilabial sounds. which means bilabial. I told you it's very simple. Lower lip and sorry, two lips. Which one? Upper lip and lower lip comes here. Yes. So next one, parts are used for alveolar sounds. Now that will come here. Tongue tip and alveolar ridge just behind upper teeth. So once again we will check the answers before submitting them. It involves the tongue touching upper teeth. That is dental. Sounds are called labiodental, which means sounds made with lower lip and yes, upper teeth. Next one, sounds produced by the back of tongue and soft palate, which is also known as velum, comes under velar sounds category. And next, parts are used in bilabial sounds. What parts? Upper lip and lower lip. Now, parts are used for alveolar sounds. We use alveolar ridge as I've already represented in the picture. So now we will submit the answers. So now all are correct. Okay, so now we remember each category from where they fall from and all that. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Once again, before ending the class, I would like to tell you that uh, get familiar with these words, because from the next class detailing we are going to learn about each category and also words or letters based on them, and also the accents and dialects we will go to learn in the English. Okay, thank you so much for listening to the class patiently, and thank you all. Yes, this is the class for today about phonetics, which means speech sounds, remember. Okay, so 44 sounds, consonants 24, 20 vowels. All right. Thank you so much, all my dear students, and thank you, teachers. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you, sir.